Well, hello everyone. This is Green and Gorgeous, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to create this video for you, just really to share my heart and to share with you who Green and Gorgeous is and how this whole journey came to be, because I will say it almost did not come to be at all. So it began a long time ago. No, honestly. So really my journey began, I would probably say 22 years ago when I became a nurse. I've actually known that I wanted to be a nurse since the 7th grade. And so after I graduated high school, went straight to college, of course, nursing school, and I became a critical care nurse. I loved critical care. And more, you know, if you know anything about healthcare, there's so many different facets, but I loved being a heart nurse. I used to work in cardiovascular ICU as well as CCU, and I loved it. And, but just nursing in general, I loved being able to take care of people, help people, educate people, and help them really to get better with whatever, you know, whatever their situation was. My goal was always just to help them get better. And I love just kind of connecting. And that's one thing that I remember the most when I did work as a nurse, was just connecting with my patients, which I loved. So if you notice, I've been speaking past tense because I no longer work as a nurse. However, I still have a license, but it has been 22 years. It's been probably about 10 or 11 years since I worked as a nurse. So that being said, I transitioned for lots of different reasons, but I transitioned out of nursing into more sales, marketing, and recruiting. And did that for years, and I currently do that. Here it is 14, 15 years later, and I love it because it's like connecting with people that I love, educating, mentoring, coaching people. That's just me. So I think no matter what industry it is, that's just who I be. That's just what I'm going to end up doing. And so let's see. About 10 years ago, because if you've been watching any of the other videos, then you've heard me share that I've been vegetarian for 10 years. So it got to a point where I just didn't want to eat meat anymore. I wasn't a big meat eater anyway. I would never have been a big meat eater. However, it just got to a point where I was like, you know, I just think I want to just eliminate this from my diet. I always felt really heavy, you know, after I ate a meal that had meat in it. And then once I really started looking into how animals were treated, and I just did not want to ingest all the stuff that they were giving to animals, like the chemicals and the steroids and antibiotics, all that stuff. But also, and this may sound weird, but this is just me, just like I said, sharing my heart, sharing who I am. I did not want to ingest the emotions that they had. And I know that sounds weird to some. To some of you, it makes plenty of sense. But it just, to me, you know, although animals don't think like humans, they have that fight or flight, you know. And so if they, or when they see someone coming to attack them or kill them or whatever, then of course they have all that adrenaline running through their veins and they have all this fear. And I was like, you know what? I just don't want to ingest fear and anxiety. I just don't. So that's one of the reasons, a big reason, that I chose to become vegetarian. And so I've been vegetarian for 10 years. Approximately 2009, I learned more about this whole raw vegan thing, because I would fluctuate between vegetarian and vegan, and I always felt amazing. Then I heard about this raw, but let me tell you this, I felt good, but I was still eating a lot of processed foods. So it's so funny because people would always ask me, and even still ask me to this day, they're like, so you're a vegetarian? And they just kind of look up and down. And I know what they're thinking. They're like, how can you be overweight and be vegetarian? Well, and this is what the answer I usually give them. This is what I normally tell people. Think about this. Ice cream, cake, donuts, cookies. If you ate that, just those 4 things, ice cream, cake, donuts, cookies, if you ate that every day, all day, would you be thin or not? And not that that was my diet. That was definitely an extreme, just an example. But there's so many things that aren't meat that you can consume that aren't healthy. So that kind of explains that question. Kind of addresses the elephant, the pink elephant in the room, as I like to call it. So, So I was vegetarian, vegan, going back and forth, kind of fluctuating, still not really eating healthy, but not eating meat. And then I discovered this whole raw vegan thing, and I don't even know how I discovered it, but it fascinated fascinated me. The whole idea of eating raw, uncooked, unadulterated food, straight the way God made it, straight from the earth, that was just something that just resonated with me, like on a soul level. It just resonated with me. And so I would go periods of times eating raw vegan, and then I would go back to vegetarian vegan. So I'd always kind of be on that spectrum, vegetarian, vegan, and then raw. And that was just kind of my life. But it's still more on the unhealthy side. It was more vegetarian vegan and not so much raw vegan. What I discovered was when I did commit to eating a strictly raw vegan diet, I would drop weight like nothing. And I would feel amazing. And so I would do it from time to time. And I would drop 10, 15, 20, 25 pounds within anywhere from a week to 4 weeks. And so I thought, well, there's something to this. So fast forward, I had considered taking a certification class, because I really wanted to just learn more. But it never, when those classes were offered, it never really aligned really well with my schedule and my life. So I never took it. And then came 2015. So 2015, one of my girlfriends and I were in California, and we met up in California, and we went to a conference. And if any of you are familiar with Lisa Nichols, she's amazing. But we were at this Lisa Nichols conference, and it was really just helping kind of shape what you wanted to do in terms of business. It was personal development, but it was personal development, but it was also professional development as well. And there were people there from different industries. And although we were there, we were VIP, it's really interesting that sometimes, and you guys will probably attest to this, when you go to different conferences or different events, sometimes the magic happens, not all the magic happens on the stage. Sometimes it happens like off to the side. And so I was having a conversation with actually one of Lisa Nichols' coaches, and she was asking me what I wanted to do in terms of business. So I already had a business, but I was trying to I was wanting to just level up that business, but then also create another business, and I wasn't quite sure what that looked like. And so I was telling her about this whole raw vegan thing. She was like, oh yeah, that's great. So what's stopping you from really launching that? And I was like, well, so I figured this, I'll just lose a whole lot of weight, and then I'll launch the business, because that way I can show people the before and the after. And she was like, okay, well, that sounds okay, but she said, what about just taking people on the journey with you? And I was like, nah, that don't sound like fun. So immediately I was like, no, that doesn't sound like fun. That was 2015. So the entire time, I didn't think a whole lot about it as a business. And then 2018 came, and it was just, every time I would think, I was like, I have all this knowledge, and I want to share this with people. I don't really have a platform for it, but the other part of me just felt really inauthentic, because in my mind I was thinking, how can I share with people the benefits of this thing, this eating this way, and yet I'm not practicing it on a regular basis. I felt really hypocritical, and so I didn't. So that's why I was unwilling to kind of share. And it just came to me, like literally one day, I was actually, believe it or not, I was actually in Jamaica on vacation, sitting on my balcony, and I was like, okay, God, what am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to do something with this, or is it just for me? Should I just be really focusing on just me living this lifestyle like this, or should I be sharing it with people? Because I know it will heal people with different ailments. I know it will, I know what it can do. I know all the positive and good that it can do. So what am I supposed to do with it? Anything, or not? And so literally I'm sitting on my balcony, and I get an email, and the email says, this particular certification is a raw food certification, that this was the last time it was going to be offered by this particular person. Now you guys, think back, this was the same certification that I had thought about taking in 2009, but I didn't. And I would still be on the email list, and I would see the classes, but it never aligned with my schedule, so I never took the certification. So this was the last opportunity. I was like, oh my God, I got to do it. But part of me was like, I don't know. What am I going to do it for? Like, what's the point? So anyway, and then an opportunity was presented where I was able to kind of lead this whole meetup group. And the meetup group had like 1,000 people in the group. And I literally would just be stepping into that. And I thought, okay, and all this stuff is just happening back to back to back. I'm like, okay, God, I think you're trying to tell me something here. And so when I got back, home from Jamaica, I remember I was talking to my friend, her name is Laura, and I was telling her about, you know, my big epiphany in Jamaica and how I was just literally going to assume this group that already had 1,100 kind of like-minded people. And I mentioned to her about the certification. She was like, just do it. Like, why don't you just do it? Why would you not do it? And I was like, you know, you got a good point, because at this particular time, there was actually nothing going on that prevented me, in terms of my schedule and my family and everything, there was nothing that would have prevented me from going to do the certification. So I did. I got off the phone with Laura, thank you, Laura, and I decided to book my flight. I booked the certification. So it was a raw food certification course, where I got trained to be a level 1, 2, and 3 raw vegan chef. So I was pretty excited about that. Then I started doing raw food meetups, which is really cool, because I love teaching, right? And so then literally all these other things kind of unfolded. And so as I was sitting on the balcony in Jamaica, I was literally in that moment, I was like, it's okay. It's okay to take people on the journey. And it was so weird, because for the 3 years prior, I was like, no, that does not sound like a good idea. That is not something I want to do. I'm going to lose all this weight first. And then, you know, look at it from on the other side, looking at it from the other side and say, look what all you can do. But in that moment, I was like, that makes total sense. And that felt right at that time. It's so funny how things sometimes are presented to you, or a seed is planted and it may not resonate at that time. But at this particular time, 2018, it resonated. So I'm like, okay. And so literally from me just saying, okay, let's take people on the journey, it's been amazing. It's been so amazing. I've been releasing weight left and right, which is so cool. That's cool. Energy out of the wazoo. And I've been sharing people. And I literally just share people my story, because I really do want to address the elephant in the room. When I tell people about raw veganism and they do that thing, they go, like, and I know that look, because I've gotten that look over the last 10 years. Like, how are you raw vegan, but you're not a size 2 or whatever that is. So anyway, I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna let it go. Whoever my message resonates with, cool. And if my message does not resonate with them, then that's just not who we just won't be connected, and that's okay too. And so I'm really clear that this message will resonate with some folks, this lifestyle will resonate with some folks, and then it won't, and that is perfectly okay. I think there's so many people in the world with different personalities, different perspectives, different things, and everything isn't for everybody, and I am totally okay with that. So that being said, that's just kind of my story, and I want to share with you some of the things that have kind of evolved out of me just saying, okay, yes, let's just take people on the journey. And it's really beautiful, because this all happens so organically. It's not anything that I really had to put a whole lot of thought to, which is super cool. That's how you know that you're on track. That's how you know that you're in alignment with who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing, when it just kind of comes organically. And it's been amazing. So let me share with you. So if I resonate with you, if my message resonates with you, if you've enjoyed the last 7 days, if you've been doing the Green and Gorgeous 7-day raw vegan challenge, if any of that's resonated with you, and if you're like, you know what, I want to do more. I want to stay connected. I want to continue on this path. I want to continue to be on the journey. That's so cool. And so I want to share a couple of things, a couple of programs. And if they're for you, great. And if they're not for you, I wish you the best on your journey, whatever your journey is. Or I know you're on a health journey, of course, but however you choose to do that, I just wish you the best, and just know that. So you know about most of you who are going to be watching this video already know about the 7-day raw vegan challenge, which is super cool. 7 days of recipes and videos and encouragement and just resources to really help you kind of get your feet wet in this whole raw vegan thing, right? So that's number one. If you did not experience that, maybe you're watching this video and you hadn't experienced that, that is an online course. It's 100% online, and it's $29. I don't know where I got the 99 cents from. It's 29, period, 29, hashtag, or $. And so that's number one. Number two is one of my favorites. It is Din Din with Green and Gorgeous. And basically, that is dinner with me. I prepare a 5-course raw vegan meal. It's a really light atmosphere, fun atmosphere, dinner party kind of thing. Come as you are, pretty unassuming, nothing dressy and stuffy, just cool, chill, having fun, drinks at the whole nine, but it's raw vegan. And just a fabulous time meeting fabulous people. You can bring your own people, or you can choose to come by yourself, and that's $49. And it's just an amazing time. So if you're not quite sure, you know, what you want to do with it, but you want to see what the possibilities are, again, it's a 5-course dinner. So you'll see lots of soup, salad, appetizer, you know, that type of thing, dessert, as well as entree and drinks. But raw vegan drinks, which is really cool. I'll tell you more about that later. You actually have to come to the dinner to do that. So anyway, it's $49. Okay, the next one is a hands-on experiential learning experience. So if you know what, this is pretty cool. I want to start eating better for myself. I want to start eating better for my family. I need a class. This is a class. It's a 4-hour class, and you learn tons of recipes on how to prepare. You get to prepare them. I'm helping you learn how to prepare them, but it is hands-on, and it's so much fun. And breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, the whole shebang. You'll eat what you're preparing, which is really cool. And you'll learn all types of different techniques in the kitchen and ways to kind of help you maximize your time, because who wants to spend all the time in the kitchen? I'll teach you 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute meals, that type of thing. What else? Yeah, that's that. And so that's $99, okay? And then 2 more programs. The second to the last one is one of my favorites. It is a 5-day intensive retreat. So lots of fun in nature. It will either be in Texas or it will be in Virginia. So you'll either be in the woods enjoying nature at this beautiful location, or you'll be on the beach, enjoying the beach, the waves and all that in Virginia. And so either way, it's 5 full days of fun, of just amazing, meeting awesome people. It's limited to only 15 people. That way you kind of get what you need, and it's just amazing. I'll teach you the 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute food preps, ways to save time in the kitchen, so that way it's really simple and easy. We'll talk about soaking and dehydrating and sprouting and detoxing and juicing and pretty much anything you need to know in order to be successful in this way of living. And lots of fun, and it's really cool, like chill out time. So if you need some away time anyway, you definitely want to do the retreat. Stay on the lookout also for a Costa Rica treat coming soon. I'm excited to give y'all details about that. And then the last one is my exclusive raw vegan home transformation, where it's just you and me. I spend 3 full days with you in your kitchen, in your house really, and really get you set up for success to be able to live successfully with this way of eating, a raw vegan way of eating. So equip your kitchen, we go shopping, yay, not clothes shopping. Well, we could do that. Listen, it's your 3 days. We can do whatever you want to do. It's totally customized to what you need. Everyone's at a different place on their journey, so it really is customized to what you need. But some examples would be getting rid of things in your kitchen that no longer serve you and your new way of thinking and being, grocery shopping, of course, equipment shopping. Maybe you need a new Vitamix or a new whatever, and so I go with you and help you select the items that you're really going to need to be able to, equip your kitchen. Giving you dehydrating, right? And stocking you with pantry staples, so that way when you do want a snack, it's a nice, healthy, wholesome, whole food snack. Stocking your refrigerator, and literally from snacks we'll do whole food prep and literally get you set up for success. And that culminates with a dinner party with your friends on day 3. So that's really cool. Let's see if I missed anything on that. Oh, nut cheese. Oh my gosh, I teach you how to make nut cheese. That's pretty exciting. Oh, that's with the 5-day retreat. Sorry, that's part of the 5-day retreat. I can show you that on the 3-day as well. So that is that. That's $27.99 if you're in the greater Houston area. Otherwise, outside of the greater Houston area, it's $37.99. So if you've been thinking you want to continue on this path, lots of options there for you through me or other people for that matter. But I just pray the best for you on your journey. Oh, the last thing what I want to mention to you is how do you contact me? So let's definitely stay connected on Instagram. I'm at GreeandGorjus. FYI, if you haven't caught it, gorgeous is not the traditional spelling. It is G-O-R-J-U-S. So Green and Gorgeous, G-O-R-J-U-S. And that's on Instagram. And then, of course, my email. You're probably receiving this in an email, but just in case, it's ChariceW@yahoo.com. And Charice is CHARYSEW@yahoo.com. ChariceW@yahoo.com. Either way, reach out to me. And last two things is you will get 2 emails. So stay on the lookout. Not 2 emails. You're going to get one email from me, one more video from me. And in this video, you guys, it is your bonus video. You'll receive it on day 8. And I will share with you how much weight I have released from doing the 7-day raw vegan challenge. And also, I'm going to share with you tips on how to stay raw when you're traveling, how to incorporate this while you're traveling. I travel a lot. And how to handle being raw in social settings, like if you're going to meet someone for dinner. So that's what's coming in your final video, okay? So you guys, I wish you the best on your journey. Let's definitely stay connected, and I pray that I get to see you on in one of my other programs. So see ya, and thanks for coming on the journey with me, and thank you for allowing me to share my heart and my experiences with you.